So I'm gonna get right on in. I got the new Mission Gold watercolor set. This isn't new. This has been out for years, but it's new to me. So I wanted to share uh, what I've found in using it. So it has this built-in palette, and it's tube watercolors. So all you do is you basically squeeze some into the wells, and as you're squeezing them into the wells, you let it sit out and dry. Sometimes it may take like overnight, it may take a few hours depending on how much you put in there. And basically what you're doing is your watercolor is always reactive with water. Okay, so by putting them in the wells and it dries up, all you need is to wet your paintbrush, and you can grab some of the color and you can mix in the open areas. You can, create with a project, doing whatever using this palette that's already built in. And then, of course, you can always, excuse me, use the watercolors in other palettes as well. But what I liked about this kit, and what I liked, from seeing other um, YouTubers using it, it's got a really great rainbow of colors that you can really just mess around with and play with. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't always show it here on the channel. I did have a day where I would do different coloring videos, and I do miss doing that, where you can just color and be at peace. There's nothing more peaceful than coloring, whether it be painting or color pencils. So I really like the range of color that this has. Now, part of the plan is to also create basically like a swatch, a swatch of the colors, so that way when you want to paint something or you want to work on a project, you can look at your swatch and decide which colors you're going to, pick to use. And the way that I decided to go, I started at the white and decided to go basically from left to right as far as the way that they were laying in the boxes there. So my colors are basically going from the yellow, the orange, red, pink, purple, and then the blues, and then blue greens into your more real greens, true greens, of course your olive green, and then we start to go into some of the more neutrals, the browns, and you have your green brown. Uh, I know there's a reddish brown, and we end basically with the ivory black, I believe it is. I'm just trying to keep them for the most part, making sure that I stay in order, I'm going in the right place, because um, I want to make sure that I'm following the right order when I do my swatches. So I was gonna do, because I had some watercolor paper that I had cut in half. I was gonna do two swatches, one for one side, one for the other. Well, it turns out I couldn't get the evenness. I couldn't get it to work right. So what I did, I searched the Mission Gold watercolors, and I found Amy R, who is one of my probably like go-to YouTubers. I watch her a lot, and Christina Werner, and they both had reviews and talking about this Mission Gold set. Okay, now initially I was trying to make it even, doing like an inch and all this. Well, on this particular swatch, I think each of the squares are 3/4 inch. And I was able to figure it out and follow basically what Amy R had done in her video. So all I'm doing here, I initially wet my brush to do the white, and there was still some pink on my brush. So it's definitely important. Make sure you clean your brush before you start doing your swatches, okay? And then now I have a little water bottle on the side. I'm grabbing water just enough to activate and then lay it down. And I'm trying not to, obviously make a huge wet mess in the well because I really just need a little bit of color to make my little swatches. And I have my paper towel right there so I can just, once I have my color, I'll use it to wipe off, clean, and then go to the next color. And obviously while you're in similar color tones, it works if it's not all completely out of your brush. It's okay. Um, but if you're trying to go from like, I don't even know, red to blue, you definitely want to have it cleaned out because you'll have purple on your hands. You just got to be careful with what you're mixing. And I'm just coloring it in. Sorry about that. I'm trying to move stuff over and make sure I have everything in line. You know what I mean? So at the end here, I just have a few photos where I'm showing the well finished and then of course the completed palette because I didn't want you to have to sit through me going through every single square. But thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And I look forward to seeing you guys with the next video. Have a great day.